Okay, guys, we are live here from Exuma, Bahamas. This is Ben Martin here. Now, I want to find out very, very quickly at the beginning of this Hangout if everybody can hear me, if everybody, is able to hear me, is everybody able to see me? So what I'm going to do is, while I go and just check with Angie to see if she can actually hear me and see me, I want you to go over to my Facebook page at www.facebook.com/bizwithben, and I want you to answer this question. Can everybody on the Hangout hear and see me? So let me know, guys. This is really important because if needs be, I will move to a different location and I'll just put this Hangout back by maybe 30 minutes or something. So just let me know. I'm just going to see if Angie can see me and hear me. If she can, then I'm going to carry on with this Hangout. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, well, it seems like you hear me clear enough. My internet is running really slow because I'm obviously streaming live video, so I'm trying to find out if everybody else can hear me. Nobody's chimed in yet. Doesn't help me too much. So if nobody actually chimes in, I'm going to grab a drink of water and I'm just going to jump straight in. So they're going to wait around today for people to chat in. It's a Sunday, I understand lots of people are asleep or out for the day, but I know there's some listeners on here. So, guys, feel free to chime in while I go and grab some water. And then I'm going to jump straight into this broadcast. For those of you who don't catch this live, then I'll be sending out a recording to my list anyway. Yeah, let me know, guys. It is really useful. Let me explain something. In the Bahamas, you always are wondering whether your internet is working. Our internet goes down, so any feedback you can give me your end would be awesome. If not, if you want to be miserable, if you want to ignore me, that's fine. I'll do my presentation anyway. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to grab a drink and then I'm going to show you how to generate some unlimited free traffic, how to build your list with free leads. And at the end of this Hangout, I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind. A lot of people are not doing this. A lot of people don't even know anything about it. I'm not going to give too much away right now, but it's seriously worth sticking around for. Plus, I'm going to give you a little free bonus, which is always nice, just for listening in on this Hangout. So give me 1 minute and I'll be back and I'll start this presentation. Okay, so I got myself a glass of milk, ready to rock this one out on Sunday. As I say, very unpredictable day for doing Hangouts. You don't know who's going to turn up, but this is getting recorded anyway. It's going out to my list. If you're not on my list, you can go to pushsendprofit.com. You can subscribe to my daily emails there. I give out a lot of value and provide my listeners with a lot of tools and trainings they need to grow a profitable online business. So for those of you who are there, I'm going to share my screen right now. And I'm going to assume, unless Angie, I'm going to assume that everybody can see my screen. So she hasn't come in screaming at me yet, so that's a good. Just wait for this to load up. Okay, cool. So I'm going to jump into this then, guys. I want to like knock this. Not going to do my usual, you know, asking a lot of questions, because there's not many people around, and also, you know, there's a lot of info in this presentation today. But I promise you, if you follow the steps in this info, as ever, it's going to get you more traffic, leads, and sales for whatever business you're running. You know, I'm in the online making money niche, but if you're a retail, you're a real estate agent and you're listening to this, you can apply this to your business. If you're a chef, whatever you're doing, guys, this is going to be profitable info for you. Especially, you know, if you're in an MLM network marketing business, or you're promoting your own kind of online money making product or service. So this is how to generate unlimited free leads. And I call this my push, send, profit business model. And that's going to make more sense in a few minutes. But today I'm going to share with you the exact business model all of our coaching students are using to generate above average results in our business. I'm also going to show you how to generate unlimited free leads. Now, not only will you be able to increase the amount of traffic flow in your business with this info, but you'll also start pulling in more virtually overnight if, and it's a big if, because this is where most people mess up in their business, if you follow every single step on this Hangouts. If you skip steps, or you just implement steps 1 and 3, but miss out 2 and 5 and 4 and 9 or whatever, don't expect to get any results with this training. Stick around to the end, as I already said, because you're going to discover something that will amaze you. When I found out this, when I tested this, when I stumbled upon this, it blew my mind, and the potential for what I'm going to show you is huge. A way of transforming a highly targeted traffic source that everyone else pays for into a free source of daily leads. Now, before I jump into that, for anybody who is watching live, or for anybody who may watch this recording, just so you know who I am, I've been online for, I don't know now in terms of online marketing, 4, 5 years nearly, maybe a little bit longer. And my first half years, especially online, were a disaster. I made little to no money in my business. I bought every product under the sun, promoted every product under the sun, really didn't know anything about traffic, leads, sales, or any of the good stuff that I'm going to show you on this Hangout today. But then, to cut a long story short, I stumbled upon a mentor, and the main thing she did was fill me with confidence. You know, she taught me to believe in myself, but she also gave me what was a very, very, very good way of getting a lot of exposure online. She showed me how to get my face in a lot of places, and basically how to position myself as a leader. So I was able to capitalize on that and get a lot of sales in my business. So, you know, within about a 100-day period of time of partnering with this mentor, I got, let's just say to round it down a little, I probably got about 100 sales in that time period. It was probably a little bit more in a few less days, but give or take a few numbers. So, you know, in the last 6 months, 7 months, I've gone from living in a concrete jungle in the UK, my bedroom in the upper room of a house that I was sharing with a friend looked out onto a concrete block of flats, and it was the ugliest, greyest, dreariest block of flats, apartments on a not such a good street that you could imagine. I've gone from that to living the tropical lifestyle because I'm able to generate figures on the internet to push, send profits into you today. So this is us just a couple of days ago on one of the beaches here in the Bahamas. And you know, this is just one of many beaches. We spend, you know, a lot of our days, we wake up in the morning late, we eat a late breakfast, we do a little work in the morning, early afternoon, we'll get to the beach for 2 or 3 hours, perhaps after some lunch overlooking the ocean, and we come back, and 9 times out of 10 we come back to more traffic, leads and sales in our business because we have a simple system set up that you're going to find out how today. You know, this is me in 4th place on the VS Stream Top 50 leaderboard. This is me in 2nd place in the leaderboard. These were the actual last 2 MLM type companies that I was in before we decided to launch our own system. So you can see, using this type of system, there's Angie too. She's in 7th place at the time. Using this type of system, we've been able to dominate company after company. And it's simple, very, very simple. Also, you can see here $1,915.50. I never miss off the cents, just from 1 week's paycheck in my last MLM company. So that's not small change. That's not chump change. You know, if you're on this hangout now, I'm not, you know, I have to post on my wall or anything, but how would you like to collect virtually 3 grand paychecks, weekly paychecks in your business right now? Would that be life-changing for you? Yeah, but who gives a damn about me, right? You know, because it's not about me, is it? You don't really care too much apart from so you can realize that I actually know what I'm talking about. You know, after all, although my results to you may help you see me as a leader, as a credible person to listen to, and you may well like my tropical snapshots, you're here because you want to know if ordinary people just like you are winning with our methods. And even more importantly, you want to know if what we're sharing will work for you. Because let's face it, there are many systems out there on the internet. There are many products, and a lot of them are gimmicks. So how do you know who to trust? How do you know that we're credible sources? Well, I would ask you to judge us by the results of our students. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at a small selection of those results from people who follow this push, send, profit business model. Here's Sam Mitchell, and let me tell you a little bit about Sam. Sam won't mind you at all. When I met Sam, she was all over the place. She was in a lot of debt, and I'm going to be upfront with you. When you get so far, it's a long time sometimes to claw yourself out. Now, it's still bringing herself out of debt. She's working on it. Sam is a work in progress. But my point is this: Sam didn't know who to trust. She was very confused in her business, and she didn't know how to generate leads or get any type of results whatsoever. And Sam, using our simple system, was able to get 22 targeted likes to her business page in less than 24 hours. That's 22 people who she could go and connect with about her business. That's 22 people that she didn't have to chase, 22 call or get on Skype with, they found her because of the methods we teach. They connected with her. Not only has Sam been able to get targeted likes and leads and build a list, but Sam has also made a handful of sales, something like 3 or 4 in the last few weeks, just by following our method. Before, Sam didn't have a clue what she was doing. So let's look at Rita Taylor-Stewart below, who Rita Taylor-Stewart has been in the industry for a while, and she tried all kinds of things, you know, invested money in all kinds of products with no money in return. Within 24 hours of applying one of our free generating methods, Rita was sent $30 directly to account. So Rita made $90 within 24 hours of applying one of our methods. Let's talk about Josh Beeden. Now, this is me hanging out with Josh Beeden before we left the UK. I actually took Josh under my wing. In the last company I was in, so that I was getting results and hitting the leaderboards within the first week of joining the company. Josh reached out to me, and it turned out that he lived 30 minutes away. So he asked me if we could meet up. You know, I'm not always the biggest fan of meeting people in person, but I saw a lot of myself in Josh. I identified with his struggles, and I could see that he was hungry. So we met up, and I took him to one of my favorite places in the UK. It's a lake where I used to go and fish. It's a lake where I used to go and walk around and come up with new ideas. And we just had a chat about business and things like that. Josh ended up flying out to the Bahamas to an in-person. He sold his pride and joy to come out here. It was a bike that he loved. He sold it to come to the Bahamas and mastermind with us again in person. Myself and Josh became really good friends, and I've become one of Josh's main mentors. But when I met Josh, he tried all kinds of things online. He'd been online over 2 years, made hardly any money. Josh will admit himself that not too many months ago, he didn't even know how to generate more than 1 or 2 leads per month. Now, Josh is able, on average, now Josh is generating 5 leads a day on average. You know, this is a snapshot of inside Josh's Aweber. One day he got 19 brand new subscribers. You can see on the current day showing he'd have 3 subscribers. So Josh is steadily now building a list. And at the time of this recording, Josh has made 3 sales in his business. So he made 3 sales within the space of 3 days once he plugged into our system and began just following the simple steps. Now, this picture is a little bit blurry because it was blurry to begin with, and I blew it up a little too much. But meet Vinny. Vinny's currently in America. Vinny, I can't remember how we originally connected, but Vinny's been online for quite some time, and he struggled in his business. You know, just like a lot of you who are listening to this have probably struggled in your business. He struggled with traffic, he struggled with leads, he struggled with making money. Now, this is a picture that Vinny posted yesterday. Yesterday, Vinny got 13 brand new subscribers. The day Vinny got 12 subscribers. And Vinny, in a couple of weeks, has gone from an email list of 0 to 85 brand new subscribers. He's done it in days, over months. This has been days, and this is what Vinny said. I was actually working at the spa all day, and when I finished my shift, I had 13 new subscribers to my email list. Thank you, Angie Long and Ben Martin, for teaching me the simple secrets of building my email list. If you want to learn these secrets, join the fun below. So Jimmy is getting credible, Vinny, sorry, I'm looking at Jimmy's name, who's another one of our students who's getting results too. But Vinny is getting credible results in his business after years and years and years of struggling online. And here's a post that Angie put out where she says, just sent Vinny Reed up $30, who's next? Vinny's response, thanks, much appreciated. So not only is this guy building his list, but he's actually making money. And you know something, we're not talking like thousands of dollars. Every journey, guys, has to begin with the first step. And the first step in your business is learning how to drive traffic, build a list so you can monetize it. And if you can make $30, you can make $1 million. That's a fact. So it's awesome to see students like results. Here's Tiffany. Tiffany is another one of our students who came out to hang out with us in the Bahamas. It's actually in the pool of a house we were renting in the Bahamas that overlooked the ocean. You can see like she's just having a blast. She's just chilling out. Beautiful day in the Bahamas. I kind of wish I was in that pool right now. But look at this. About 14 days ago, Tiffany didn't have an email list. She now has 106 subscribers. Yesterday, she got 43 leads in one day on her list. Actually, that's over a period of 2 days. So what's that? 21. Well, you can't have a half a person, but let's say 21 people per day joining her list. And she says, not bad for 2 days. Thank you, Angie and Ben, for teaching me the simple steps to take to grow my business to the next level. Now, Tiffany currently works a job. She can't be at a laptop all the time, so she needs to be getting traffic, leads, and sales coming into her business until she's making enough income to quit that job. And here's another snapshot of $30 with Tiffany, because she implemented list building methods like you're seeing right here. Again, I'm going to say this isn't $3 million, but every journey begins with the first step. And I know some of you watching this live and some of you watching the replay are still racking your brains. And I heard a mentor of mine say the other day, he held an in-person mastermind and he had 4 people in a room and he asked them separately, what do you guys want to get out of this weekend? And do you know what every single person in that room said as a response? Every single person in that room said, I just want to know how to get my first lead and generate my first dollar. And listening to this, they just want to know how to get their first lead and how to generate their first dollar so they can actually believe that this dream that they've been painted about working on the internet from home and making money is real. And until you get that first lead and you make that first dollar, it really is hard to believe that it's real. But you're only literally 24 to 48 hours away from being able to do that if, and I say if again, if you follow every single step I'm sharing with Hangouts. So I think you've seen enough proof. Notice today, I'm not sharing my proof, I'm not sharing. Our results are all over the internet. You can go Google our names, you can go look on our Facebook walls, you can go talk to most people in our circle on Facebook, and they'll tell you about the money we're earning and the living. We simply want to share with you our students' results so you know that these results are possible for people like you. So this is the push and profit business model. That's our drink. What am I drinking here? It's almond milk. So push and profit business model, very, very, very simple. All our business model revolves around is this. This is what we teach our students. This is what we implement inside of our system. We show our students how to get targeted traffic. We send that targeted traffic to a capture page, and then we follow up email. Let me just repeat that, just in case you missed any of those complicated steps. Of course, I'm being sarcastic here. We show our students how to get targeted traffic. They send those targeted traffic, those leads, to a capture page where people opt in, and then they follow up via email, build a relationship, sell products and services. That's all there is, guys. That is our formula. A lot A lot of so-called gurus who are trying to sell you crap will tell you that you need to do this, that, and the other, and it's absolute baloney. It's nonsense. I'd love to use a stronger word, but I am trying to keep it censored as ever. You know, it's nonsense. There are only a few steps you need to build a 3, 4, 7-figure business on the internet, and get targeted traffic, send them to a capture page so you can build a list, email them, follow up with emails, build that relationship, and sell your products and services to them, whether that be an MLM, a network marketing business, or your own product. That is how this works. And you know, the beauty of this is once you get this set up one time, it all takes place on complete autopilot. You just set it up once and you keep feeding your cash machine more and more traffic. So that's supposed to say spits. It actually says pits out. So it spits out more and more cash. That's it. Once you set this up, the more traffic you feed this machine, the more people you get to that capture page, the more people you get on that list with, the more people you follow up with email, the more products and services you will sell. There is no magic, there is no big secret. That right there. So the question is, where do you get free traffic? Where are some places online where you can go today to get free traffic? Well, you can blog. You know, now I bet you when I just said the word blog, a lot of people just maybe like hit the stop, tuned out, or about to blogging. You know, I don't particularly like blogging myself. Yeah, I really don't enjoy blogging at all. And you know, the good news is you rarely have to blog to make money. All you need to do is blog once or twice per month the right way. That is it. And if you're lazy and you have money at your disposal, which some of you will have, then you can simply outsource your blog, and you don't even have to do it. You don't even have to. But the good news is, if you don't have money, you can set up a blog at a very, very, very low cost within 20 to 40 minutes maximum. You can have blog set up. I'm going to show you in a minute how you can get free traffic. You know, we're not talking about just go and blog every single day and you'll make sales. No, there's more to it than that, but it's very, very simple. Another place you can get forums, online, and you want to go to those forums and be a problem solver. Now, if you go to Google and you type in internet marketing forums, or you type in whatever niche you're in, then forums, you will find there are communities online where people just like you gather together to talk about what they're interested in. They share ideas, they share what's working, they help to solve each other's problems. If you can go in there and be a problem solver, if you can go in there and comment in 3 or 4 forums per day and just help people solve their problems, then you are going to start getting a lot of traffic to your blog. Another place to get free traffic from is social media. You can, by sharing your lifestyle, share any results you're getting in your business, share daily value on your Facebook wall, Twitter, and YouTube channel. And for those of you who actually join our virtual profit system at the end of this presentation, we have a free $197 bonus in there, which shows you exactly how I generated 300 plus leads for free on Facebook in less than 36 hours. So if you're looking for Facebook leads, then got the solution for you today. So these are all well-known ways of getting traffic, but most people half-heartedly implement them in a painful way. So here's a plan of implementation that actually works. Grab another drink real quick. What you're seeing right now on the screen is something called Warrior Forum. And this is the #1 internet marketing forum on the planet. So if you want to go to Google and type in Warrior Forum, you can register for a free Warrior Forum account. Now, when you set up your account, you're able to set up a bio section. This is in your bio section. You are going to place the link to your blog, not to your product or service or page, unless you want to get kicked out of the forum. You're going to go in and you're going to there are many rules, but there are a few that you have to stick to, and you put your blog link in there, guys. Now, what's going to happen when you go into Warrior Forum and you comment every day and you help to solve problems, people are going to start to see you as an expert, and they're going to visit your blog. And the way they're going to visit your blog is every time you comment on their thread, a backlink, a link to your blog is left in the comment section, so they can click that link, go to your blog and to your list on your blog. You know, you'll be able to set up an opt-in list on your blog. If you're unsure about how to do that, again, inside our virtual profit system, share all that with you. It takes less than 5 minutes to get something like that set up. So I have a blog. It's a very, very simple blog. You see about it. It just says, Ben Martin, welcome to my blog. And I concentrate on putting good content on there. So people all the time from Warrior Forum, you know, they see me as a credible source of information. I go in there, provide value. They see the blog because every time I comment on their questions and give an answer, my blog link is left there as my calling card, if you like. They click the link, they go to my blog, and I hit them with valuable content like how to make money using PPC marketing. They listen, give them a call to action at the video, which says, oh, hey, if you want to know more, then I've got a particular product or service you want to check out. But the main thing I'm doing is I'm getting people to this section over here. I'm getting them to opt into my list, because once they opt into your list, whether they buy straight away or not, you're able to follow up with them on a daily basis via email. That is a simple way of getting free traffic. Set up a blog, go to forums, then go to forums like Warrior, comment on people's questions, be a problem solver. Get them to visit your blog, which they'll do automatically if you're consistent with this. Make sure you've got some valuable content on your blog that shares a few tips on how to solve challenges you're in. And make sure you have an opt-in page set up so they can just fill in an email address there, get some more free value from you, and you can follow up with them via email. That simple, guys, to get free traffic. And that's just one way of getting free traffic. There are many ways online of getting free traffic. I said before, Facebook, social media, got a bonus for you on that. YouTube, all kinds of ways. Traffic is the simple part of this equation. Now, I feel this is what most of you have been waiting for. This almond milk tastes really good. I've got a sore throat today. So now here's a top secret method you're probably not using. I reckon like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 people listening to this discover something that is going to blow your mind. Remember how I promised you a secret way of turning a high target traffic source that everyone pays for. It's a free source of never-ending traffic that you tap into 365 days per year. There is no traffic source off. Once you know how to tap into it, you keep greedily going back day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And the good thing is when you implement what I'm about to share, you can go back and help yourself to more and more and more of this traffic. I'm going to share it with you right now. When you implement this, you can grow your list as big as you want, as fast as you want, whenever you want. Doesn't matter if you're at the JOB, doesn't matter if you're on the beach, doesn't matter if you're in a restaurant, it doesn't matter if you're asleep in bed, it doesn't matter if you're outside walking your dog or whatever it is you're doing. Once you switch this on, your list will grow and grow on an automated basis. Now, Something you should know at this point is this: more leads equals more cash in the bank, because every lead on your list is typically worth $1 per month when you know how to communicate your list the right way. So if I said to you, every single lead is worth $1 per month, and actual fact, you communicate with them in the right way, that they're probably worth maybe $1.50 or $2. How many leads would you want to get on your list? You want to get as many leads on your list as possible, right? Because it would be more money coming into your bank account each month. Let me put it another way. If you're communicating with your list in the right, if you've got a list of 100 people, then your list should be making at least $500 a month. If you've got 5 million people, then you should be making at least $5 million per month, guys. That your list is a valuable asset, and it amazes me how many people are still not building a list online. It's super simple to do. Now, I showed you a picture earlier of the push, send, profit business model that we use, but I left something out which I'm about to reveal. I told you that we teach our people how to drive targeted traffic to a capture page, and then how to follow up through an automated email follow-up series. As I said before, this all takes place on a pilot basis. Simply set it up once and keep feeding your cash machine more and more traffic, so it spits out more and more cash. So guys, here is something I didn't show you before. Make sure you don't miss this. There's